Power went out worldwide. Every corner of the globe became smothered in darkness. The sky opened up with a big roar, revealing God's judging eye. The rapture had begun. Mike rushed out of his house. The whole street was also outside. They all had their heads looking up. A giant blinking eyeball stared down from the hole in the sky. Mike felt his heart begin to beat away inside his chest. Everyone stood there silent, never moving their gazes from the sky. A bolt of lightning came down on one of the houses. A massive explosion erupted as it struck. Mike was thrown back by the impact. Everyone scattered in a mass panic. An elderly man was trampled to death in the chaos. His ears began to ring as he was knocked back once again, but it wasn't lightning this time. No, it was a shockwave that rippled from the sky as the four horsemen arrived. Mike looked at the giants atop their horses as they appeared through the clouds. Gunshots began to pop in the distance. The eye above stared down. Mike felt a feeling of overwhelming judgment, like his and everybody else's sins were on display. He felt uneasy. He had never been a religious man, never believed in the Bible, all his life spent in denial of God. A priest was outside a church, yelling into the crowded chaos. "It is our time to be judged. The faithful shall rise into paradise, and the sinful shall burn with the earth, in which they have corrupted." The horsemen began to gallop across the sky. The ground began to shake as they picked up steam. Cracks began to appear in the roads. Trumpets began to sound from the sky. The horsemen reared up and began to descend down from the sky. Mike wanted to run, but instead he found himself standing there as the horsemen hit the ground in the distance. A blinding flash of light pierced his eyes as a massive mushroom cloud emerged from the impact. The shockwave sent him flying backwards as he slammed into a brick wall. He opened his eyes, but could not see. The flash from the impact had completely blinded him, and when he tried to get up, he couldn't. A bone was protruding from his right leg. He collapsed back down with a cry of pain. Without sight, all Mike could do was listen. As he lay on the ground dying, he heard the voice of God. "My angels shall bring you salvation." Like a meteor shower, millions of angels swooped down from the heavens and began their slaughter. Mike heard blood-curdling screams and limbs being torn. He heard the cries of a woman begging for mercy before her voice turned to gargles of blood. Mike began to pray, not for mercy, but for death.